All right, welcome back for our fourth and final round here at Guardian Games. This last round, we're going to bring back Ian on Amulet Breach against Zeke on Mardu Pyromancer. And Zeke's been grinding this deck for a little while, and he's doing real well with it. And so it's nice to see him really getting into this deck and becoming quite proficient with it. And we'll see how it lines up against Lotus Field, Amulet, Breaching, Things, Insanity. Alright. Looking like a path seems strong here. Young Pyromancer, some lands for Zeke. Ian, Emrakul, Amulet, Sakura Tribe Scout, Breach, Karoo. Really not a lot more you can ask for, as far as I can tell. Didn't see every single card, but it looks like an absolutely fabulous hand from Ian here. I wonder if Zeke can keep up with this, or if he can rip it apart with some hand hate.
There are a lot of ways that I can screw up the sequencing right off the bat.
Is Amulet Breach like a whale breaching the ocean? I don't know. What's an Emrakul breaching the ocean sound like? Chat, can you please give me a sound effect?
So that ETBs gives me a mana of any color, and then it taps for a color.
Okay, we got the Crumbling Vestige tech back here. Gonna get a green off that, play Sakura Tribe Scout.
And Emrakul being breached on the ocean would probably have the sound of like all the water in the universe being like sucked out of a planet.
Ooh, like maybe when it comes out of the water, all the water that goes in and takes its place. It's very Lovecraftian. I mean, all the Eldrazi are, but this seems particularly chthonic.
You know what you can't take with an Inquisition?
An Arboreal Glacier. Oh. Arboreal Grazer. Yeah, no, taking the amulet makes this hand significantly less good.
Yeah. Can't take a Through the Breach or an Emrakul with that Inquisition either.
Or an Arboreal Grazer. Gotta watch that Arboreal Grazer. That's a shiny Emrakul. That's some shiny, shiny spaghetti. Azuz is the draw. So it's still not that explosive, but will actually definitely help with the ramp situation.
I believe if you're talking about spaghetti, maybe they call it a glaze. If it's like would a shiny Emrakul be like a glaze on there? Like
is that like, are you putting frosting on your spaghetti? It's really gross.
Oh, Pyromancer decided to show up.
Young Peasy. Little P. We got Little P and Big P. Okay, we passed without activating... Oh, yeah, Tribe Scout. Well, okay, Bog you. Why not? We didn't want to activate Tribe Scout end of turn to play another land. We are not going to put Crumbling Vistage... Okay, we've got a plan of some kind. We're gonna get in there with the Tribe Scout. Oh yeah.
This is this is how Ian got to a 2-1 record. Is attacking with a Tribe Scout like that. I mean, offering the trade.
Yeah, no. If Zeke wants to throw away a Pyromancer here, it's fantastic for Ian. But got the Azusa. That feels bad. I wonder, if he'd activated the Tribe Scout end of turn, played the Crumbling Vantage, and then he would have been able to play the Azusa, or if he just played the Crumbling Vantage and then been able to play the Azusa, this wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, sometimes you outthink yourself.
Yeah. Then again, she still would have eaten that Lightning Bolt, but the Inquisition at least would have been... Yeah, I guess it gets the Grazer, and you're left in nearly the same situation, except you have that spicy 1/1. Grateful to Ian for playing open here, so we can track all these bouncy lands. Look at that sloth. He does blocks.
I thought when that card got spoiled, it was going to end up making a little bit more ripples than it actually has so far. But you know what? We're living in a Hogak world, and who knows what'll happen when that goes away.
Yeah, we'll all be free of our bondage for we are held hostage by the Gak. We must bear our ley lines wherever we go. It is real tough in Modern right now.
But tonight was kind of a win. We didn't get Gak on there once.
You know, there has been a pretty serious like cultural push here not to play Hogak. Like there are a couple people playing it, and honestly, there's a lot of, you know, there's kind of a lot of stink eye towards Hogak players. And like, you know, ooh, Yogmoth, hello. He's got, you know, can I just say Yogmoth has a tremendous amount of style. He's got eyeliner, he's got nail polish. You know, when he was printed, you know, someone said, I wasn't aware that Yogmoth was a human, the character, and I was like, you know, I wasn't aware that Yogmoth was quite that good looking. But
let's pull up
here's
a picture
Breach
of-
Emrakul.
I was just gonna pull up a picture of Yogmoth.
I mean, still pull up a picture of Yogmoth.
I say it's the same life total. I would get to draw cards, but then I would lose more permanents. And I need some.
We're going to choose some Annihilator sacrifices.
I guess I'm gonna sack Yogmoth.
Yes, chat. In fact, people in Portland, we don't like to do what's mainstream. Zeke rightfully pointing out that he does need to be able to kill his opponent. So he needs to... He's going to keep Pyromancer in a land. That seems reasonable. Things could happen there.
End of turn, it dies. Trigger, all go and shuffle while you're doing your turn.
Do I have a crush on Yawgmoth? I mean, who wouldn't? Are you looking at him right now? I
I
mean,
w-
look, he's got like fingerless gloves.
I'd definitely go on a date to like the Lovecraft with Yogmoth. I think
Oh,
that
yeah.
seems like fun times.
Oh, absolutely. That's perfect for him. So yeah, if you've never been to the Lovecraft bar here in Portland, Oregon, and you're into never growing up out of your goth phase, I highly recommend it. It is a great place to never grow up out of your goth phase. Not that I would know.
Basic blades in there?
Yes, okay, chat. You're not wrong. Fine. Calling me out.
Alright, well, I guess
I wonder. So Emrakul's gone. For now.
we passed it.
He is eternal.
I go to 16.
We passed our grazer, so we could push through some damage here and get a token. What a deal!
I mean, honestly, the thing is, that's what this Mardu Pyromancer deck does, is it just grinds out every little bit it can. I mean, he's been Annihilator 6th, hit for 15 damage. He's still here. And Bug is a real value loss. Oh, okay, never mind. Primeval Titan is a card. He could, I guess, top deck a Path.
I'm wanting to get a plant token. Oh, well, fine. Okay, Ian's maybe has a better line. I was like, I want to get a plant token and then the +2/+0 and hasty thing.
No, we're just gonna set up here to be able to grab another threat, which I think is absolutely correct because, you know, Zeke, yeah, no, he's done.
Well,
But if he top decks a removal spell for the Titan, you take Talaria West and that gives you a line to another Titan and just keep imposing threats, which is what you have to do there where you're being, you know, honestly, Zeke did a remarkable job of staying in that game. He had lines. If there hadn't just suddenly been a Primeval Titan, but, you know, Amulet doing Amulet things.
So what is the draw to playing Yawgmoth in this Mardu deck?
You know, let's think about it. I mean, it's great against humans, obviously. It's a grindy card. I think in other mid-range matchups, it seems reasonable. It seems flexible. It seems slow for a lot of things, but
I guess if you can turn your Lingering Souls into 4 cards, it's
not bad.
not bad.
It is a value engine. It's a slow value engine, but it is a value engine. So we've talked about Ian's board before, and we can review it in a second, but I just wanted to touch on what Zeke has available. He has 2 Fulminator Mage. Those seem relevant, though hopefully not for the Lotus Field. A Shenanigans, a Wear Tear, 2 Celestial Purge, 2 Combal, 1 Ashiok, 3 Plague Engineer, and 3 Leyline. What do you like here?
There's not a ton in there.
No.
I don't think you're gonna fight on the artifact destruction axis.
No.
The mages seem like hitting a crew land with those or making your opponent slow down a turn before they play their crew lands to get that mana advantage, and to have to do that on a combo turn seems nice. But besides that, I don't know. Plague Engineer seems pretty mopey. I
Yeah.
imagine Ian's going to be siding out some of his one-drop creatures, so Engineer gets worse in that situation. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I'm just about Fulminator Mage here. You do maybe, just maybe, end up with that turn that, if Ian pacts and has just enough green sources and you can just play a Fulminator Mage and tag one, you could sneak a free win there. It's pretty narrow, but in general, being able to take out a utility land, or if he's on a 1 Karoo draw, being able to take out the Karoo, being able to take out the bog so you don't get repeatedly bogged, all very relevant.
No one likes being stuck in a bog.
No, it's miserable. Having played Dredge before, just getting bogged over and over again it's miserable. And Mardu Pyromancer, not an entirely graveyard deck, but definitely gets a lot of synergy there. Lingering Souls being one example. But I like Fulminator Mage.
So the Mardu Pyromancer deck, has it dropped Bedlam Reveler in favor of Seasoned Pyromancer these days?
I know they are playing Seasoned Pyromancer, I think I think maybe one list is still running like a Bedlam Reveler, or maybe they're just totally off it. I'm not completely sure. It's not an archetype I've followed that closely. Just to review what we might have from Ian. We have Dismember, Obstinate Baloth, 2 Relic, Force of Vigor, Ramonap Excavator, Hornet Queen, Abrade, 2 Fire Spout, Negates, 2 Spell Pierce, World Spine Worm, Rookthar. I like Fire Spout.
Rookthar seems actually pretty sweet too.
No, you're not wrong. Yeah. Path me.
It has reach. You can block those souls tokens.
Arrgh. Yeah, I don't hate that at all.
Fire Spout doesn't also seem too terrible.
Yeah, no, Fire Spout was the first one that stood out to me. I don't know if Hornet Queen is worthwhile here. I'm not sure it is. Dismember, maybe?
I feel like you bring in Hornet Queen if you think your opponent is going to, and like Obstinate Baloth if you think Zeke is going to have surgical extractions.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, if you knew what Zeke's sideboard is, I don't think I'd bring it in.
Yeah. Okay, chat is definitely talking about how, Reveler having been dropped, just catching all the splash damage from all the graveyard hate around, and I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
He's really bad if you just happen to not have a graveyard, which pretty common occurrence now in Modern.
Oh, Zeke decided to bring in the
Ooh.
Wear Tear.
And getting paid for it. I mean, I guess if he has cards that are just kind of not great, then it makes complete sense.
Wear Tear is one of my favorite modal cards.
Fuse cards. Ooh, Dreadhorde Arcanist. Zeke has gotten a lot of value in both games of taking Ian off of Amulet. And, last game he was able to breach an Emrakul anyway because his hand was stacked. But if he'd had the Amulet, that was going to happen stupidly fast.
It does feel like that is the issue that Mardu has always had and probably still has, is it's really great in fair metas, but it's just the threats are kind of paltry and slow, and so it's hard to put enough of a clock on combo decks before they're able to assemble a combo.
Yeah, you absolutely have to win on the disruption axis. So I believe that Vesuva copied one of Zeke's lands. All right, we're gonna get cooking. Let's not mess around with Pyromancer triggers. Let's go face.
I think Vesuva copied Sacred Foundry.
Yeah, okay. Arcanist, bullet you. Ashiok.
Ooh.
See if we can just rip your combo straight out of your library.
Well, there's no searching.
No searching. I didn't think of that, but you're absolutely right. Ashiok is a beating against decks that want to transmute and search for lands with Titan. Okay, he did bring in the Fire Spouts, looks like. Ashiok's really good here.
Yeah, Ashiok is one of those great sideboard cards where it's not the most efficient at the thing that it does, but it does a couple really relevant things so that you can put it in your sideboard to bring it in a lot of different matchups.
Yeah.
Really good against Scapeshift, really good against Titan, just for the search clause, but then it's also, decent against graveyard-centric decks.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no packs, no transmuting. Oh, that's a beating. Titan is just a 6/6. Just. We're gonna fire spout. We're gonna read fire spout. We're gonna feel a little weird about this fire spout. Okay. That is a 3 damage
Yeah.
lightning bolt.
Yep.
Let's see if we can find not a search, just the best cantrip ever. Grab a Kuru.
It feels like Ian really valued Zeke having that Arcanist, but it wasn't really going to be able to do much unless Zeke had another 1 mana spell.
Yeah.
Uh.
Okay.
I'm a little bit curious why Zeke isn't minusing on himself if you play cards like Lingering Souls, Season's Pyromancer.
You can exile the opponent's library and mill yourself, and that is. Yeah, I tried to briefly in Dredge. It was a little bit slow, but the idea being free self mill plus wipe your yard.
So Ian's building up some mana here.
Yeah, he's got a Titan in hand, so it's not irrelevant. You don't want to miss that ETB trigger, but Titan can take care of Ashiok. Oh, that's so bad, though. That misses 2 triggers if you do it that way. And it doesn't have the haste available.
Yeah, if Zeke is sitting on a path to exile, Ian plays a Titan in exchange for like a land, but then you can search off path. But
yeah. Zeke also brought in the shenanigans, taking out Coalition Relic. Actually, a lot of Amulet lists have gone way up on Coalition Relics, and so it is a pretty canny read on Zeke's part to find all these targets.
I feel like we're getting into this weird existential question that we have in Magic of, if you could exile random cards off the top of your opponent's deck, is that worth it? Because they have to have cards to win. I'm of the opinion that no, it's not. But I've had this argument with a lot of people that are like, yes, it is. What if you exile all of his Titans?
I mean, yeah. Goodbye, your Titan. So, in a deck like Amulet, where they are really reliant on specific cards, it makes a little more sense. Because like you say, if you hit all 4 Titans, this list does have the, Emrakul, but in traditional Amulet, they don't have a million threats, and if you take them, they're not going to be able to do a ton to you. So I can sort of see it, but overall, your odds are not fantastic.
Yeah, it seems like if you're playing a Mardu deck, your odds of you having more relevant cards in your graveyard are maybe higher than perhaps getting all of your opponent's threats, and if you're not getting all their threats, you could be getting them closer to them. There's just so many unknowns. It's an interesting thing to think about. There's not necessarily a right answer, but...
Yeah. I think especially if you can generate value out of your graveyard, it does make a little more sense to target yourself, but you're right that it is pretty difficult to track. Zeke at 20, Ian is at 10. Off a Smiting Helix. The mighty, mighty Smiting Helix.
Wow. That's a new one.
They've been on it for a little while. At least Zeke, I know, had it a couple weeks ago, but it is... Oh, here's another Primeval Titan.
I feel like I may be eating my words. This could be the last prime time.
Yeah, and if he flashes back Smiting Helix and bolts it, then that's pretty awkward. We're on Plan Spaghetti only. Yogmoth. Here he is. Draw a step after you draw, path your Titan. Zeke goes to 17. Ooh, Spell Pierce on the path. That makes a huge difference.
I feel like Zeke heard a, oh darn it.
Yep. Well, and I believe if he'd done that on the other turn, Ian was tapped down.
Yeah, maybe you're hoping that Ian would draw like the last basic land. It feels like this.
Well,
breach...
but you can't. No. Chat not. It's worth pointing out that Path with Ashiok is not a combo because Ashiok prevents your effects from being able to search your library. It does not prevent your opponent's effects from letting you search your library.
Be a little bit too good if that was the case.
Yeah. Look, my ghost quarter's a strip mine. I'd be all in on just Ashiok Crucible. Just get out. Get out. And here we go.
Ooh, whoop. Zeke's like, how many?
What else
do
did
we
you
got
put in?
here?
Are we going to see a Rookthar?
Come
Rookthar.
on.
Oh, he has another Titan in there. Oh, and a Hornet Queen. He brought in the Hornet Queen. Yes, that is in fact what Cat Jesus is made for. It's okay, Redjar. I have done a lot of late night brewing, only to wake up in the morning, read the cards I brewed with, and go, oh, okay, I guess that's not how that works. What are we getting? What's the word in? Oh no, the relevant cards are in exile. How did that happen? Whoops. There are lands in your deck still.
I think Ian was looking for a Karoo land, perhaps.
He has one.
Do we?
Yeah, he's
okay.
got a Growth Chamber and a Talaria West up top
Okay.
here. But maybe he was looking for like Slayer Stronghold, which, you know, is still not appearing in his deck. So we're getting a Talaria West and a Kabir Crossroads to gain 2 life to 12.
It's late.
It is late. I honestly don't know if he played land for turn either.
I don't think Ian had played a land
I
that
don't-
turn, but maybe Chad has more eagle eyes than we do.
All right. Somehow, as it turns out, 6/6 Tramplers still highly threatening. All right, 3 damage on Primeval Titan. Smiting Helix. Kill Primeval Titan. Gain 3 life. Go to 20. 24. Miss
Wow,
some.
24?
Unkillable. Yogmoth, get in. Arr. Gothboy beats. You have to pay. Cause I'm the tax man. Yeah. Yeah, Smiting Helix. Turns out, Lightning Helix is great when you do it twice. Trigger, trigger, trigger. I mean, basically, Primeval Titan is just Mana Severance at this point. Like, it's just, I'm not drawing lands for the rest of the game. Yeah, they're in play and stuff, but... Looking mighty thin there. He grabs another Ashiok, like... I mean, if you can answer the Titan and gets another Ashiok, we could be on plan, like, straight milieu.
Yeah, it is the last Titan. I mean, I guess the only other threat is...
Hornet Queen.
Yeah.
And Zeke has a little bit of time to do this.
Well, we have Hornet Queen, and then we might still have Plant Token left. And Plant Token can get buffed and then given double strike.
I do not believe Slayer Stronghold is available as an option.
Oh,
So,
okay.
0/1 double strike, pretty mopey. Having Spellskite at a TBR in the past, it's doesn't make for a big guy. I'm trying to look and see if Zeke has more Ashioks available, because I imagine he would have brought them all in. No. It looks like it's a one of them is in sideboard, so the line I was really hoping for here with the straight milieu is not on the table.
If we get a Lingering Souls, we can turn that Primetime into a 2/2.
What is the card Zeke has in play? That, my friend, is Yogmoth, Thran Physician, available here on our card viewer. Take a look at that guy. And you hate new. It has so much free value. Is Mardu Pyromancer the deck we're criticizing for free value right now? Sorry. Sorry, bunny.
Oh,
Bay Physician, indeed.
Seasoned Pyromancer, drawing some free cards.
CZ peasy. Look at all that free value. Salt and pepper.
I'm not, I'm kind of I'm feeling like Zeke might be.
I see it. Like, I mean, Yogmoth, he gets, if he can start putting neg counters on that Primeval Titan, he can just grind Ian out of this game. What?
Basically, each of the negative counters that go on the prime time are going to be like neutral life, and then Zeke's going to get to draw a card off of them.
Yeah. And he can start proliferating to help with the whole process. Oh boy. We're getting closer and closer to Hornet Queen being the only thing left in his library.
So I'm saying that's a 20 card library.
It's looking svelte.
Yeah, you can go to blocks.
Block a clock.
Okay, I'll go ahead and double strike.
Duplo strike. That's a bit of an issue. Sack. Neg. Boop.
Curious at 5 life totals right here.
Zeke going to...
Damage is going to be 10, which is 1.
Zeke goes
Okay.
to 1 here. So Zeke was at 11. Takes 10 on this attack. So that Yogmoth is currently shut
Oh,
off.
we're going to get a ballista? Oh, no.
Zuza. Now we're going to get a ballista.
Is there even a ballista in the deck?
Great question. That'll be the Hornet Queen next turn. Which doesn't seem like maybe it's going to be important. I mean, Zeke here cannot put more neg counters. He can proliferate, but it's going to be expensive. Otherwise, we're looking to block a 5/5 double striker trample. Yee.
Tall order.
Yeah. Then again, this has been an incredible game.
The grind is real.
The grind has never been realer than with this Mardu Pyromancer deck.
Starts with the Pyromancer.
Here we go. Faithless
Huh?
Looting. Trigger.
Oh, you can. Right. You can proliferate the -1.
Alright. Can we do it? You know what would be great here? If we could cast another Smiting Helix. Been Thoughtseize and a Fetch. Things that don't do things.
Sort of cutting yourself off of flashing back Faithless Looting to get to Path because that basic plains is already out.
Yeah. I don't know if Zeke's played land, but his land has to be straight up a basic, or he can't fetch and he can't shock, and that's a tall order. Oh, that was a really good game.
Yeah, a lot of things happened. I feel like that Ashiok almost looked good there.
No, that Ashiok did look good there. I really wish he'd had a second one.
I was thinking about
You were going for the mill
I
out
wanted to
plan?
go for the mill plan. Like, he just dumped so many lands out of his deck. Like, how many activations do you really even need at that point?
It's probably you would get it done in 5.
Be pretty good.
Well, it's kind of cool to see Ian usually stuck behind the computer here,
Yeah.
playing some Magic,
Yeah.
not drawing the final round. It seems like we have a lot of artists here at Guardian that all decided to draw this last round, but these folks stuck it out.
We appreciate it. And it is just, yeah, it's nice that we have enough people doing coverage to let Ian get out there.
Let's see, how many people did we have tonight? It looks like we had 48 folks, so a little bit on the lower side here, but I feel like people are still in recovery from the MCQ season going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, 48 actually from Monday night in Portland is light. So if you like modern tournaments and you want to have fun after your Monday, come out sometime. We get 4 rounds. Friday Night Magic Modern here also gets 5 rounds. as well as even, I believe, Saturday here also.
I think Saturday
Okay.
at maybe 1 o'clock we've got.
Yeah, it's Saturday at 1. They get 5 rounds. So if you like playing Modern, you want to play a bunch of Modern, Guardian Games.
Yeah,
Come on out.
and people aren't going to be playing Hogak.
Yeah, and people have a definite cultural aversion to Hogak. Like, I mean, I don't want to. Personally, I don't know how to feel about this, but there's like actually a lot of shade. Like people throw shade. They're like, "Why are you playing that deck?" I think people have already decided that it's banned.
Yeah, you kind of, if you're going to play Hogak, you're going to want to do your best Corey Hart impersonation, wear some sunglasses, maybe
Yeah.
a mustache.
Yeah. I mean, you can do it. No one's gonna tell you no. They're just gonna. You're gonna get stink-eyed and ley-lined a lot.
But it looks like that is going to do it for us this evening. We're Portland Paper. I'm hanging out with
Urchin.
And I'm Travis, and we're here, some number of us at least, every Monday at 6:30 p.m., barring any big extenuating circumstances. We'll be here next week, and hopefully we'll see you then. Have a great rest of your week, and good night.
Good night, chat. It's been really awesome hanging out with you. Come back next Monday.